So hey there, beautiful people. I did not learn about this new field of science until I got to grad school. And because of my family background and my genetics, it has been a game changer for me, and it's given me a lot of hope, and I hope that happens for you too. And in this short video, I'm going to tell you all about it. It may be the best news that you hear all year long. So please just stick around, and it's coming right up. So hey there, this is Lindy Ford, registered dietitian, clinical and licensed nutritionist, and nutrition detective. So a lot of times we look at our health almost like we're playing blackjack, right? So it's like we're being dealt cards, and depending on our genetics, we get dealt by the dealer certain cards, and that could be the card of cancer or heart disease, diabetes, or some type of autoimmune like MS or lupus or Hashimoto's like I have. Well, I just have to tell you that I think you have more control over that hand of cards than you think you do. It's not the luck of the draw. You know, genetics are really, really powerful. But what I learned just a few years ago is that genetics are not as powerful as our lifestyle choices, and our choices actually can turn on or off gene expression for certain diseases. I want to give you a couple of definitions because it's going to help you understand what I want to tell you today. First of all, what are genes? Basically, genes are just instructions written into the DNA for making proteins that carry out biological function. So these proteins actually are told by the DNA what they're supposed to be doing. And some of them are coded to make you more susceptible to disease states or non-disease states. Another definition is nutrigenomics. Nutrigenomics is the study of how food and nutrition affect our gene expression. In other words, it could mean what nutrients do to genes to affect our health. So, for example, I love omega-3 fatty acids, and there's many reasons for that. But one of the big things is that they are considered a functional food, or something that is used by nutrigenomics in order to switch off certain genes that create inflammatory cytokines. And so they bring down the inflammation process in our bodies. We know that inflammation is really the root of so many disease states. So that would be part of nutrigenomics. Another definition is epigenetics. Epigenetics is the modification to the expression of genes that results in the genes being switched on or off. Nutrigenomics is a branch of epigenetics. So the instructions are there in the genes, and what happens with epigenetics is it says, okay, you can switch on, or we're just going to switch you off. And I like what someone once said to me, that genetics loads the gun, but our lifestyle choices pull the trigger. And that has so much to do with epigenetics and whether the gene of that particular disease will even be expressed or not. It's more in our hands than we once thought. And you know what? That is a big deal to me, a huge deal to me, because here's a girl who has a family background that is not very stellar, right? Both of my parents died at a very, very young age, at 51 and 52, of preventable diseases. They were wonderful, salt of the earth people. So when I heard this, I nearly fell off my chair because I knew that I was more in control of my genetics than I once thought. Yes, nutrition is a big piece of this. You know that I'm going to always love the study of nutrition and preventing disease, but there are other pieces to this too. And there's an exercise piece that can change gene expression, as well as the way that you handle stress. Stress plays a significant role as well in epigenetic changes. It can increase our risk of negative health outcomes, especially with our endocrine system and what we call the HPA axis, which has a lot to do with our adrenal glands and us presenting with many of the autoimmune diseases that we present with. And I just want to be respectful. I don't want to offend anyone. But so often I hear at a funeral or when somebody is in a disease state, oh, it was in their family tree, their granddaddy and their uncle and their aunt, everybody had this particular disease. And so it was just inevitable. But I'm not so sure with this new science that that's really true. You have the power to change your future. That is great news for your family, for your children, for your quality of life. This is the reason I'm even doing these videos, because I believe that every single one of the videos that I'm doing in 2018 is going to help you to change your gene expression. That means that you can stack the cards in your favor and that the trigger never has to be pulled. I hope that's great news for you. Give this video a thumbs up. So please subscribe to this channel. We'd love to have you here with our YouTube family. Also, if you could like me on Facebook, Lindy Ford Nutrition and Wellness. And just remember that everybody deserves the freedom to enjoy optimal health. See you in the next video.